You are watching The Dawn Show. Dawn Stensland-Menti, glad to be with you live today. Really getting some wonderful inspiration from model and inspirational and motivational speaker, 20-something-year-old Becca Marine, her BFF since third grade, Melissa Payne, and mom Maria Marine is on the telephone. So, you know, we're talking about friendship, and Maria, are you still there on the line? Are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
So is there any one story that you can share with us about dating, about mom worry, about mean girl stuff that you think about, that you look back on and think that was a pivotal moment, maybe either for your daughter or for somebody else who had a learning moment?
Actually, there is. My mother was the one who inspired me to turn things around for Becca. When Becca was born, for the first 8 months, I did nothing but cry and really feel sorry for me. And my mother told me it wasn't about me, it was about her, and that I needed to stop it and snap out of this depression and turn things around for her. She told me if you keep being angry with, you know, just the whole situation, that other people are going to pick that up and treat your daughter nasty. Becca's going to wind up being nasty because you're angry. So it was that moment that I realized, stop feeling sorry for yourself. This isn't about Becca. And when people would ask, what happened to her arm? I'd be like, she was born that way. That whole attitude change that my mother put in me, I think, is what created what Becca is today.
Oh, that's a great story, because we were talking, and I've done shows before about, do mean moms make mean girls? So maybe nice moms make nice girls, you know, and that positive energy parents make positive energy kids. And I think these are all great life lessons. But I mean, did you ever deal with that, any kind of anger, like, why was I born without a hand? Did you ever?
Of course. I mean, there are days like I'll struggle with, you know, something of the simplest task, and I'll get frustrated and I cry out, why me, why me? But that's not really the attitude to have. But I think we all have those moments where we become frustrated over something, and it's just only natural for me to just, you know, have those moments. But I just remember that there's a purpose for this. There's a purpose for why I was born this way. So I just have to keep that, you know, in mind when I have those moments.
Well, I love all your gorgeous modeling pictures. I mean, you are so gorgeous, and you have this light that exudes from you that I think people don't notice your hand at first, but when they do see that, then they're like, oh, it's another dimension. It does make you special, does make you unique. And so, you know, do you think that'll be something moving forward that can end up, I mean, look at gorgeous. With the modeling, did you ever think you would be a role model? Is your mom crying? Maria, are you crying on the phone? I think mom's crying.
No, it was in the beginning, not now.
No, she was though.
But did you ever think that you would be a role model and an inspiration for kids of all differences?
No, I mean, growing up, all I wanted to be was normal. I just wanted to fit in, and the last thing I wanted to do is stand out and be this unique, you know, special person. And it wasn't until about 2 years ago that I had a change of heart to just really embrace it and just to speak about it. And I feel like it helps a lot of people around the world. So it does more good. But I've questioned myself. I'm like, you know, I wanted to be normal for so long, and here I am doing the exact opposite. But it's really paid off, I think. Because I know that you have to have a top 10 list of stupidest things people have ever asked you.
So just give me one or two. I mean, just really the dumb questions to back up.
The funniest question I've ever gotten is sometimes when I write and people watch me write and they're like, oh, you're left-handed? I would think so. I don't know how else. I mean, I can still kind of write, but it's awful funny. Writing. But
yep, I'm a lefty.
Yeah, I'm a lefty. So people would ask me that, and some people would ask me how I drive, and I don't think that's really weird. That's a weird question to me. I think I can drive like that.
But I do think there's something about pointing it out. My brother John, my older brother, his best friend since 7th grade, Billy Dixon, was born without a hand.
Oh, okay.
First day of school, every single year, there was always some new teacher or administrator, that poor person, and Billy Dixon would put his you know, put this in his mouth and go, my brother would go, teacher, Billy Dixon has his hand stuck in his mouth, he's going to choke. And it would be this big thing, and then they go, you know. But in a way, if you think about it, it was my brother and his best friend letting it, like, diffusing the situation and saying, he's a really cool, funny kid. And so in a way, it was just getting the elephant out of the room and making everybody laugh.
I think that's so important. I realized over the past couple of years that it's easier when you just bring it out and make, you know, bring some humor to it. You know, I always say I can't do the double high five, and you know, I say, oh, give her a hand, or I only got so many hands, help me out here. So I try to bring light to it, and I think people feel like they can connect to me better when I bring it out first, because they don't know how to.
Well, your mom, Maria, is still on the phone. Maria, I know you're a proud mom, and you have a lot to be proud of. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
No problem. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Mom.
Okay. They're like
guys.
sisters.
Great talking with you.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Maria.
Love you too. Bye, Becca.
We're going to continue our conversation here on The Dawn Show Live when we come right back. So here are words that Rebecca Marine lives by. The only limits in life are those you set yourself. I mean, these are such great inspirational words that you really live by, Becca. I mean, these are...
Oh yeah, I use these quotes daily in my life to really get to where I want to be, because sometimes I doubt myself and doubt what I'm doing, and these quotes really get me to push harder and work harder and push further.
And the great thing is your support network with your friends. I mean, that you have Melissa. I like that little smile. But it is wonderful to have friendship, to have family, to have all of that support. It's so great. And coming up, you're working with, tell me what organization you're hoping to work with.
I'm hoping to work with the Amputee Coalition of America. I just did a speech for them at Limb Loss Education Day in New York City just last weekend.
And a lot of folks were born maybe with different issues, but you find a lot of war veterans, a lot of cancer survivors.
Yes.
So there are a lot of people who get inspiration from you, you know, with those issues. But I think I find you just inspirational in general. You're an awesome human being. So thank you, Becca, for being here.
Melissa,
thank you. You're such a great friend.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for being here too. We'll see you tomorrow right here on The Dawn Show.